welcome back to another episode. Nat, how are you?
I'm fabulous, Miss Sammy. How are you?
I'm fabulous too. I'm just outside today and I've got my little boy Midas next to me. He's such a little
Yeah.
pudding. I love him very much.
Oh,
Uh,
he's such a cutie.
he is a cutie. And today we're actually going to be talking about, I'm going to say, headlines hijacking your nervous system. Particularly like, have you ever done this where I find everything's on my phone now. It's ridiculous. But have you ever opened your phone to check something quickly and then 20 minutes later you're convinced there's a World War III about to start?
Oh, yep, absolutely. Oh,
And
not good.
I even like when I was on Facebook, I put stuff up on social media, but I tend to not scroll too much because I get lost. And I also
Yep,
find even though you're just trying to catch up on what your friends are up to, because I've got a lot of friends that just put everything on social media, I
yeah.
find I'm scrolling and all of a sudden it's sharing me a local news report about some creep on the other side of the world who's done vile things. And I think, holy crap, what is going on in
Yep,
the world?
I
So,
know.
yeah, today we kind of wanted to talk about basically how humans have evolved to respond to threats in their immediate environment and not to every tragedy happening across the globe 24 hours a day. Uh,
Exactly.
we
I mean,
seem to be, yeah,
and the whole thing, we're going to be talking about this, but we're not saying don't stay informed. But we are asking, is today's media environment keeping your nervous system stuck in that survival mode?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, first of all, I feel like we need to add a little bit of light on this conversation because it feels like
Yeah.
sad. Stop reading the news. I often say that to people and they go, I try not to read it, but it's like a car accident. You've got to slow down and see what's going on so you're informed. Um, guess what, people? Our brains actually love bad news. Our brains have what's called a
Mm.
negativity bias. Do you
Yeah,
agree with me, Nat? Do
it
you
really
get drawn
does.
into negative conversations and negative scrolling? You don't
Yeah,
want to.
yeah, even gossip, which is a
Yeah.
negative energy.
That
Absolutely.
well,
But
that's
I mean,
why
it's
the reality shows are so popular, like the Kardashians and that.
exactly all the
Drama.
drama.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. But
Gosh.
it does have a historical reason for all this.
Yep.
That negativity bias, which we've actually talked about in previous podcast episodes. Because thousands of years ago, missing that one predator, that saber tiger coming for us, or the dinosaur coming for us to eat us, would prove fatal.
Yes.
So but on the other side, missing something beautiful like a beautiful sunset or a sunrise, not a big deal. We
Oh,
don't we don't, and we're not at risk of dying from
no.
that.
FOMO though.
So our brains are literally wired to notice danger first. It's what's kept us alive for
Yes.
thousands of years,
It's a
isn't
protective
it?
mechanism. And that's sort
It
of what
is.
we talk about a lot in this podcast with anxiety being a way to protect you and control situations. And one of the ways that we do that is by reading all of these breaking news. You'll never believe. Experts warn. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm reading out my audiobook again. This is the voices I took on. Because fear sells. And I don't know if you've ever done any sales classes, being a business owner, but
Yeah.
when like years ago, when I first started learning how to sell my business, they were always saying to focus on the negative, focus on people's problems,
Yeah,
because
on that pain point. That's
yeah, because
another
the pain
classic.
point is
Yeah.
what sells. You don't go, oh, I'm going to make you feel amazing. You go, get rid of blah, blah, blah. Stop feeling blah, blah, blah. You got to focus on what the negative is. So no one's going to click on like a headline, man waters garden and everything turns out okay. Like I know a lady, a lady friend of mine, she shares, it's called The Good News. It's an
Yes.
actual, yeah. And I just find
Yeah.
it so fascinating, the stories that are going on in the world. And we don't see any of it.
No, we really don't, because it doesn't
99.9%
sell.
are negative. Like you think about
Yes.
it, it's just
Yep.
ridiculous.
I know.
Oh, God. So the science. Your brain can't tell where the danger is. So you're setting your when you're reading these headlines, it doesn't know that something's happening on the other side of the world where
Yes.
a shooting has happened, or perhaps some creep's doing something creepy, because there's always a creep, right?
Yep.
It's focusing, it doesn't know where that's happening. It doesn't know it's not happening in your neighborhood. And all of a sudden your whole nervous system's going into flight or fight because of
Mm.
something you've read. And
Yep.
you have a bit of a panic or anxiety builds up. If you're reading that in the morning when you get up every day, what is that doing to our body, Nat?
Exactly. It's yeah. We're getting that cortisol hit first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Hypervigilance sets in. Yeah, not a great way to start the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the stories that I'm reading at the moment are actually, I find like years ago when you used to see the news, they wouldn't put disgusting things on around 6 o'clock because they knew
No.
kids were up. You wouldn't hear
Yeah.
stuff like that until like after 9 o'clock. And they
Yeah.
never went into the details of the
No.
stories. Like then they interview the neighbors and get gruesome details. They even put pictures and videos up of these
Yeah.
things. Nothing
Really
censored.
graphic stuff.
And
Yeah.
especially with social media, like I don't know if you saw this, and I'm giving a bit of a warning to people, but when that Charlie Kirk died, his actual death was on social
Oh,
media. I saw it, and
and
it's
it was analyzed.
really,
They slowed down the video and
oh
played it
my
over
God,
and
I got
over and
goosebumps
over.
just thinking about that. And I still, it's like my body still goes into this flight or fight when I think about that. Like
Yes,
it's like embedded into my brain.
absolutely. But even looking at like talking about shootings, like when JFK was shot, back then it wasn't analyzed video, because there is video evidence of it happening. There's so many documentaries and things out there now revisiting that and slowing down the moment of the shooting and zooming in on
Yeah.
it and analyzing it and
They're selling the stories.
they're
They want
selling the
more
story.
clicks, more
Yeah.
clicks. And do you
More clicks
find
means
like
more money because it's more,
yes.
advertisements for them. So, they're selling a business.
I find as well, like I'm a member of Source Bottle, where a lot of the media reach out for people to do interviews. And I noticed like recently they're asking for a lot of people who are in charge of childcare safety. You see where I'm going with that story. But I find it's like they want to create it into like a documentary. Everything's turning into a documentary where they have to
Yeah.
go even further. And even like when you see accidents in theme parks, all of a sudden you're hearing about theme park fails all over the world. Because you got to
Yeah.
remember there's so many things happening in the world, billions of people in the world. And if you're reading a story about one particular person who did something, like that's a 0.0000% that it's ever going to be something that you would see or experience in your life. But your
Absolutely.
body's like, no, that creep lives
No.
down the road. I'm
It's
no
happening in
longer
my
leaving my
house right
house.
now.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And I'm
our
not
poor
like,
brain, our poor nervous system doesn't
I
know the difference.
know. Now, I'm awful because I've had people say I don't read the news at all. I stay away from it. I like to be informed. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I want to know if there's a bushfire happening down the road or there's a
Or
murderer
we've got a
loose.
cyclone approaching us.
Yeah, or maybe as a missing child in your area, like the local
Yeah,
news. You kind of want to know
absolutely.
about that. Or if
Yeah.
there's, yeah, as you're saying, natural disasters. My cruise got cancelled. If I'd turned off the news, I would have rocked up at the cruise terminal and
Yeah.
there would have been a cyclone coming. Um,
Yeah.
but they're important, but consuming hours of it every single day isn't going to help your body. So,
No,
and I find like, do you doom scroll? Do you find, I hate that word. Like, it's interesting the words
I
that are
know.
created now. Hey, doom scroll.
Doom
It's got the
scroll.
word
Yes.
doom in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Why do
does.
we keep
Well,
scrolling? Like, I find sometimes I know I shouldn't, I'm using the word shouldn't. I know my body doesn't like it, but I do it
oh,
every
I
now
do
and then.
too. It's, and I find it's when I'm tired or feeling a bit low, and I'll
Mm,
just lie down, and it's almost like energetically, because I've got a lot of positive accounts that I follow and things, things
mm.
to uplift me, but it's almost like the gods that be in social media know that I'm feeling a bit
Feel a
low
bit
that
sad.
day, because all
Yeah.
of a sudden
Let's feed
it's
it.
all the tea. Yeah, let's just dive into that, shall we? And
Yeah.
make you feel even worse. And because you're getting that little bit of a dopamine hit. It's compulsive. You will just keep
Mm.
scrolling, and so even knowing you might be getting really upset, or
Yes.
feeling, your breathing starts becoming shallow, and
Yeah. And my
you're not feeling
curiosity gets
great.
the better of me. Sometimes I see things. Have you ever done this, or is it just me? Where something's happened and you're like, oh, I need to know more about that guy.
Yeah,
Like if you've watched like I don't know, some sort of a doco. And so you start Googling that guy and you're like, oh, he's not in jail anymore. Wonder what he's doing. Oh, he's here. And then all of a sudden you've been sitting there for 20 minutes, like looking into something that's happening on the other side of the world because
yes,
uncertainty drives curiosity, right? And
yeah,
every time you refresh your news page or your feed, there might be another update to the story. You need to know what's happening. Has Trump
yep,
blown up the world yet? I need to know what's
yep.
going on.
What's
And you're
going
getting
on?
a little hit of dopamine every time you do that, Nat. A little tiny hit of dopamine to confirm that, okay, there's nothing new. There's nothing new. Sometimes I like to check the news just in case someone famous has died. Isn't that ridiculous? I
Yeah.
was sad when I heard
It's
about
like
Sam
you're
Neill.
doing the equivalent of, people who are older and their
Check the
daily
obituaries.
routine was reading the obituaries every
I'm looking
morning
for
to
celebrities.
see which
I
one
was
of their
feeling
friends had died.
sad. And I
Oh,
really
I
love Sam
know.
Neill and I was so sad. But at the same
Oh,
time, I was like, oh, another celebrity died.
I
Like,
know. I
I
was
don't
actually
know if
very
I got a
sad to
dopamine
hear.
hit from that. That sounds a bit morbid, really. Um,
Yeah.
but I actually found out, side note, Sam Neill, he was actually born Nigel and he didn't like his name because he got bullied. So he changed
Yeah.
it to Sam. I told
Yes.
Nigel, my husband, that.
Yes.
He changed his name to my name. Um, yeah, that's a mean
That's,
thing to say
yeah.
about my
Little
husband.
aside there.
Uh, so,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so we were talking about doom scrolling. There's also, I find, like, even if you don't want to watch the news, if you're sitting down to watch a bit of Netflix, like, there's so much true crime and even podcasts, the amount of crime podcasts and
Yeah.
documentaries that are out. It's like the new
Yep.
thing. It's like everyone's
It is.
jumping on it and they're real life stories. They're trying to find the sickest, most grotesque people in the world that they can do a story on.
Yeah.
Um,
Like literally there are, yeah, documentaries about that. The worst
yeah.
murderers in the world, sort of thing. Da, da,
Yeah.
da.
I watched because I enjoy watching them, don't get me wrong, but at the same time,
I
I'm
actually
like,
love it. I
what
love
is it
true
doing to my
crime.
nervous system? I was watching Maternal Instinct. Good Lord, don't watch that one. That one was a bit gross. Um
Oh,
you're all see curiosity got all of you listening. You're all gonna go and watch Maternal Instinct now. See what I've done there? It's the
yeah.
curiosity that drags
Good
us
one,
there.
Sammy.
Curiosity killed the cat, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
look at it. Um, these disaster
However,
documentaries or even medical emergencies, the body's
I was just about to
responding
say that.
with a
Yeah,
heart rate,
I used to
stress
love
hormones,
watching them. Yeah,
vivid dreams, and you start to is it hypervigilance where you're constantly on alert,
yeah,
wondering and waiting, and you start to
yeah,
go think the worst case scenario of everything going on because it's happening on your TV, right?
yeah. Which
But
means your brain thinks it's happening in your life right now.
every noise in the house becomes suspicion. I've locked my front door because we're getting a lot of crime in the area and I'm reading so much on the local community pages that I don't really need
Yeah.
to know the details of, but at the same time I'm like aware, but my
Yeah,
nervous system's in flight and fight as well at the same time.
exactly.
What do we do, Nat? What are some things we can do to stop this craziness of the world of too much news headlines and trying to sell
Yeah.
us into these traps. Traps.
Well, turn off everything. No, but as we said, it's good to be
Sit out the back
informed.
with blindfold
Yeah,
on.
sit out in the sun under a tree, and
All
breathe.
right. End of
Okay,
podcast.
but yeah, okay, bye everyone. No, there is a couple of things you can do because obviously, as we said, it is good to stay informed. We need to know what is going on in our local community and also what's going on in the world. We just don't need to see it ad nauseum. So
Mm.
find one trusted source. So don't be bombarded by every single news channel out there coming through social media.
News.com.au.
Yeah, exactly. So choose whatever resonates with you. Um, and only check it in with it maybe once a day or twice a day. Morning, not first thing in the morning. Avoid it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Avoid social media. Avoid anything electronic
Yeah.
first thing in the morning. So
I
no
find
TVs,
that,
no,
like, even if
yeah,
you're avoiding the news headlines, even just going on social media, they're
yeah.
there.
That's
They're
why
there
avoid
everywhere.
it. Avoid
Yeah.
it because you know what? It'll still be there at 10 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, you might
But
be the
it's
last
not.
person to find out that Sam Neill died, but it's okay,
It's
guys.
okay.
It's
It's not
okay.
really going to affect your life, your
Yes.
private personal life. And of course, at the same time, avoid it before going to bed. So don't lie in bed or sit there having your last cup of tea, sitting there watching the news. You know that 10 p.m. news. If you're watching traditional TV, I think there's still. I don't even own a TV, but I'm assuming that you've still got your 10 p.m. news. Don't watch it. It's just a rehash of what's already gone
News.
on in the
Yeah.
day. Um, And then also ask if you do see a news segment, especially if it's quite distressing, just
Mm.
ask, can I actually do something about this? Is it something that I personally can do something about? If
Mm.
there
Most of the
is,
time, it's
like
not.
taking action in your community, or, like just say there is a natural disaster, coming towards us. So whether it's floods or a bushfire, cyclone, we live in
Mhm.
Queensland. We don't get a lot of cyclones down here, but you know,
It
then you
gets
can do
windy.
something about it. Protect
Yeah.
your home, make sure your loved ones are okay. But if there's nothing you can do about it, let
But
it go.
worry.
But worry,
You
yeah.
can
What's
worry.
it going to do for you? And then, of course, as I was saying before, because I have so much positive things coming through my feed, balance that negative news with positive stories. And that's
Yes.
actually
The
something that I do. If I see
algorithms.
something really distressing or anxiety provoking, whether it's on the news or through my feed or something, I will deliberately go and seek out something happy and inane. Or if I can't find anything, I'll go and just sit outside without anything and just soak up some sun for a few
Oh,
minutes just
I
to
love
balance it
that.
out.
You got to feed the algorithms. For some reason, I don't
Yes.
know why, but my algorithms keep sending me stuff about weddings.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what's going.
right.
I mean, I'm married nearly 20 years, but for some reason, I'm getting wedding stuff,
Have
which
you got
is
anyone in
fine.
your
It's
world that
happy,
has,
but
is there anyone that in your world that is getting
well,
married?
my
So
mum
you've
did
been talking
say
about it?
a while ago. She said near my phone. It's listening to me now. I'm talking about
That's
weddings.
what I mean. Exactly. That's what
Oh
I was
my
going to
God.
say.
You're going to
You
get
had
wedding things now.
discussions.
She was saying, you should renew your vows. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, no.
Uh,
And then
that's why. Yeah. It
now all
listened
of
and
a
went,
sudden I'm getting married
yes.
again.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, here you go. Here's your options
It's
for renewing your vows.
but the algorithms definitely, I don't know, even if, like everything's listening to you now. So just walk around singing musicals, talking about Disney,
Exactly.
or maybe not Disney.
Yes.
Disney can get a bit dark at
Oh,
times.
yeah. No.
We've been watching Toy Story again. My boys don't remember
Oh,
it because we used to watch them when they were little. And Toy Story
yeah.
5 is out. And Liam, my youngest, was like, can we do a Toy Story marathon? I'm like, oh, something light, fun, and refreshing in the house would be great. So chuck on the Disney Channel, watch some classics, change the energy in the house. Switch
Yep.
off the documentary about some serial killer for a little while. I started watching this was years ago when it came out. I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer one. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Yep.
And I couldn't they obviously had the doco out, but they redid the series, the monster series, and I was watching it because curiosity got the better of me. I had to turn it off. I wasn't sleeping at night. Like and it wasn't because I was scared. It was because my nervous system was in such a state of disarray from watching it that I didn't put two and two together because I was watching it during the day while I was doing stuff. And all of a sudden I was like, this is messing me up so bad. Even though I know it's not like my reality, my body doesn't know that. And so I was actually struggling to sleep. I had to turn it off. My sister said exactly the same thing. She said it was too much for our brain and our body to comprehend that the human
Yeah.
psyche was capable of doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh, I
Exactly.
just I
And
just turned it from Disney to serial killers.
but that's a
Just
good
like that.
point. That's a good point that you have, because obviously, we talk about anxiety and all the symptoms that go with anxiety on this podcast. So if you were
Mm.
noticing that, because you may not even be aware because you just do it all the time.
Yeah.
So just, we always come back to mindfulness, being more aware of what we're doing, what we're eating, what we're experiencing in our lives. So if you are noticing that your sleep is getting worse, or your appetite, you're turning to more comfort foods because your nervous system is dysregulated, just have a little look through what it is that you are consuming
Mm,
through media, and just make
exposure.
sure that that isn't a part of what's going on for you.
You are what you absorb. And that
You are,
includes the media as well. Uh,
absolutely.
I think this is a great little episode. Do you
Yeah.
want to, I mean, serial killers and Disney, if we're going from one extreme to the next. Do you want to do a reflective question or would you like me to throw one out there?
I'll do it.
Mhm.
Um, so everybody, how much of what you're worrying about today is actually within your control? Just ask yourselves that. Just do a little reflection on in your own life.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of things, a lot of
it
things.
is. And if it's not, let it go.
It's and I just reflected on that question. I remember when I was down the coast for a big workshop and there was a flood happening,
Yeah.
and someone said to me, "Don't you feel guilty because you're not doing anything about it?" And it's like, there's nothing I can do.
Oh,
I'm away. I'm not going to feel guilty that I can't offer my services for something that's going on really bad in the world at the moment in our area because
yeah.
I'm focusing on creating something that's going to help people. Like you can't hold that guilt as well if you can
No.
do something, but you can't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Absolutely.
can't help everyone.
No.
Amazing. Well, this week, before you click on another headline, ask yourself a simple question. Is this helping me find my true north or is it pulling my compass off course? Because this is what the podcast is about, right?
Yeah.
The compass was never designed to carry the weight of the world, the whole world. We're carrying the weight of the whole world. It's heavy, Nat. It's
That's a
heavy.
lot.
It's
That's a
designed
lot.
to help you navigate your own world, like here,
Mm.
right here, down the street, not all the
In
way
your own
over in
home.
another world. Yeah.
No, half a world away.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's a lovely place to end this
Oh,
episode.
I love it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Anxiety Compass. If you loved this episode, share it with a friend who needs a little laugh and a lot of calm. We'll see you in the next one. Keep following your true north. Disclaimer time. Sammy and Natalie may be clinical nutritionists, but we're not your personal doctors. What you hear is for learning and laughing, not diagnosing or prescribing. If things feel bigger than you, call your doctor or local support line or reach out to a qualified health professional. They've got your back too.